everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Curtis here, also known as the Unboxed Fox. So in this video I will be showing off my entire 4K collection. I will go through them individually and pull them out and show you the front covers. I may give a comment on a few of them as I'm going, but I'll try not to spend too much time on each one because otherwise this video will be really long. I do plan on doing another video where I will show off my Blu-rays, which will be the next video, and then I will show off all of my DVDs, which will be a really long video because that is the majority of my collection, which is roughly just over half of my collection. So yes, get ready for some long videos. But yes, I will just get straight into showing off my 4Ks. So just to start off with my 4K collection, I will only buy 4Ks that where the film is something that I absolutely love, or it's one of my absolute favourite films. So to start off with, we have Alita Battle Angel. I watched this, I would say, about a year or two ago for the very first time with one of my friends. He introduced me to this, and I instantly fell in love with it. I think this is an excellent film, and they really need to bring out a sequel. I heard that there was talks about it, but yes, this really needs a sequel, and I would say that this is sort of a cult classic, and it needs more recognition because this is fantastic. Next up is a film from one of my absolute favourite directors, Edgar Wright, and that is Baby Driver. Brilliant movie, and the way that they sort of put the music in this to sort of the film is just really clever and absolutely fantastic. I love this film. Then we have Baywatch, which I recently picked up and I showed off in my London video, which you can go and check out on my channel. I really like this movie. I know it gets a bad rap, but I actually quite enjoy this and I have a lot of fun with it. So as soon as I saw this on my London trip, I had to pick it up. Then we have my special edition of Beetlejuice, which I absolutely love that it's displayed in this handbook for the recently deceased box. I have showed this off on my channel, so if you want to go check that out, please go and check that out on my channel. Then we have one that I haven't shown off on my channel yet, and that is Leica Studios' The Box Trolls, the Steelbook edition, which is a US import, and I will hopefully be showing this off soon on my channel, so keep an eye out for that. Next one is an exception. I didn't pick this up because I love it, and I didn't pick this up because it's one of my favourite films. I picked this up because I heard that it was a pretty good restoration, and I do like a good pirate movie, so I picked this up and watched this recently with a friend of mine, and we actually ended up enjoying it. We did see why it was classed as a cult classic. It's not an excellent movie, but it's a fun thing to put on, say, on a Sunday afternoon, you know, classic Sundays where you just put like a odd film on and just relax and sit back. This is good for that, and I did actually enjoy it. Then we have another one that I haven't shown off yet. This is an absolute holy grail find for me. I've wanted this for such a long time, and now I finally have it, and that is Leica Studios' Coraline. This looks amazing in 4K, and I will be showing this off soon on my channel as well. Then we have Dungeons and Dragons. I know this also gets a bad rap, but I actually really enjoyed this, and I've also recently started playing Dungeons and Dragons with a few friends of mine, and we're having a lot of fun, and yes, this was really good in my opinion, so I had to pick that up on 4K. Absolute classic. I probably whack this on every Christmas. I did show this off in my Christmas films video, which you can go and check out as well. Yes, this is a great film, and I had to pick it up on 4K. I also picked this one up recently, Evil Dead Rise. This is now in my top 10 horror films. I think this is absolutely brilliant, incredibly brutal, but yeah, I do love Evil Dead Rise. Then we have the John Wick double pack, I didn't go, I wasn't very keen, say, on the first one the first time I watched it, and then after a rewatch I actually really started to enjoy it, and then I watched the second one and I just fell in love with the franchise, so I had to pick up all of them. So there we have the chapter 3 of John Wick, and then I could not resist picking up the chapter 4 on Steelbook. I think this Steelbook looks amazing. Then we have my absolute favourite Edgar Wright film. I would say this is one of his best. Not a lot of people talk about this, and I also feel like this is going to become sort of a cult classic. But if you haven't seen this film, I highly recommend checking it out. It's Edgar Wright's sort of first horror film thriller, and it's really, really good. So yes, if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. Next up is an absolute favourite of mine. I love this film and I am a huge fan of Tom Hanks. I don't think I have to say any more, but yeah, had to pick this up on 4K. Then we have one of my favourite sci-fi films, The Fifth Element. I really enjoy this film. I think I watched this when I was really young and fell in love with it instantly. So yeah, had to pick this up on 4K. Then we have my Titans of Cult Goonies Steelbook, which I have shown off on my channel, so you can go check that out as well. Then we have the Green Mile Special Edition. Absolutely love this film. I don't think I need to say too much about it, because if you've seen this, you know why I picked this up on 4K. This is a fantastic film, and I definitely had to pick it up, the special edition of it. Then we have Highlander on Steelbook. Yet again, another film that I absolutely love. The sequels are pretty dreadful, but this is a classic. Then we have The Italian Job. I've never seen the original, so please don't shoot me. But yeah, I do need to check out the original, but I actually really enjoy this, and I know this also gets a bit of a bad rap, but I actually really enjoyed this. The 4K isn't that great, but I'm glad I have this in my collection. Another classic, Labyrinth. Absolutely adore this film. My niece absolutely is terrified of the goblins in this, but I keep telling her she needs to watch it because it is so good. So yes, that's Labyrinth. Then we have the 2 Angelina Jolie, Lara Croft Tomb Raider films. I really enjoy these. They're not great, but they are a bit of fun to watch. Then we have, I would say, a really underrated Arnie film, Last Action Hero. If you haven't seen this, do go check it out. It's a really cool movie. Then we have a film that I haven't actually checked out on 4K yet. I do need to put this on and see what it's like in 4K, and that is The Others with Nicole Kidman. I think this is a really cool thriller / horror with a really good twist. Then we have Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which was on Netflix. I watched it on Netflix and absolutely loved it. And when I found out they were releasing a physical copy on 4K, I had to snatch it up, and that is from the Criterion Collection, and I have shown this off on my channel, so you can go check that out. I would say, greatest Christmas movie probably ever made, the Santa Claus movie with Dudley Moore and John Lithgow. This is brilliant. If you haven't seen this, whack it on next Christmas, and I think you'll have a lot of fun with it. Another Christmas movie, Scrooged. I think this is a really cool sort of modern 80s adaptation of A Christmas Carol, and you can't go wrong with Bill Murray. Then we have the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock films. This film actually got me into being a big fan of Sherlock, which also made me fall in love with the Benedict Cumberbatch series. But yes, so I have a lot of love for this because it got me into being a fan, and I think it's a really great film. Then we have the sequel, Sherlock Holmes: A Game of Shadows, another great film in my opinion, and I have heard that there may be a third installment on the way, which I'm excited for. I don't know if it'll be as good because it's been a while, but well, I suppose we'll just have to wait and see. Now, I don't have to say much about this. If you've seen this, you know why I picked this up on 4K. This is an absolute fantastic film, and this is in my top 5 favourite films. But yeah, this is a fantastic movie, and that was The Shawshank Redemption on 4K. Hands down, one of my favourite, if not my favourite, Tim Burton film, Sleepy Hollow on 4K. I was really excited to have this on 4K, and now I finally have it. This is a fantastic film, and if you haven't seen it, go and watch it. And then we have the Sam Raimi Spider-Man collection on 4K. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, and I had to pick these up on 4K. The third one's a bit dreadful, but I still like it because it's Spider-Man. Then we have the Amazing Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield ones. I actually really enjoyed these. It's a shame we didn't get a third one, because I felt like the second one was kind of like building up to a Sinister Six film that we never got. Then we have Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, which looks absolutely phenomenal on 4K, and I absolutely love this film. Obviously, being a massive Spider-Man fan, this was great. Then we have the sequel, Across the Spider-Verse, which I only watched recently and absolutely loved it, and I absolutely cannot wait for the third installment. Then we have one that I picked up recently and watched for the very first time, and that is True Lies, and I had a lot of fun with it and really enjoyed it. 4K isn't that great, but I imagine that this is a vast improvement to the 4K, the Blu-ray and the DVD, as I've heard from a few people, but apparently it's still not that great. Then we have the Arrow collection box set of Wild Things. I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's really got a really cool twist to it, and yeah, so I couldn't resist the box art either. Had to pick that up. I thought it was really cool artwork. Then we have Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Hands down the best adaptation of the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory book. Nothing can beat this. I still need to watch Wonka, which I have heard is really good, but I don't think it will ever come near to as good as this is. Then we have Who Framed Roger Rabbit, animated classic. I think this is brilliant, and I don't think a lot of people really sort of talk about this. I think this is one of Robert Zemeckis' best, alongside Back to the Future. Obviously Back to the Future beats this every time, but this is the next one that I think is absolutely brilliant. Then last but not least, the last 4K that I own is the Wizard of Oz limited edition anniversary collection, which contains a box, and when you lift it up it's got like a pop-up of all the characters. You can go and check that out on my channel. I did a review on this and basically explaining how dreadful the Blu-ray is and how amazing the 4K restoration is. So yeah, you can go check that out. So that was my entire 4K collection. In my next video I will be showing off my entire Blu-ray collection, and then the following video after that I will be showing off my entire DVD collection. So if you liked what you saw in this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see some more from my channel and see those upcoming videos, hit the subscribe button down below. Also hit that bell, and that will let you know when I post a video, and that will give you a little notification. So yeah, that's all from me in this video, so bye for now.